As much as I would have loved to have been at this final Sabbath gig tonight, I'm not there. So instead, I'm going to rank my top 5 Black Sabbath albums. Coming in number 5, I've got the Mob Rules. Now, a lot of people would often say that Heaven and Hell is the best Dio Black Sabbath album, and a record that people rank incredibly high. I love that album, but I personally slightly prefer this one. I just think it sounds absolutely fantastic. I think the band was shifting into a direction that sounds almost a little bit like other metal groups of the time. But this album's got some awesome tunes on it. I mean, Turn Up the Night, fantastic opening track. Though it does sound a little bit like Neon Nights, the opener of Heaven and Hell. Voodoo, amazing song. Sign of the Southern Cross is one of my absolute favourite Black Sabbath songs. The title track is awesome as well. Filled with awesome riffs. It's the first record without Bill Ward drumming. It's got Vinny Appice as the drummer on this album, though he does an absolutely fantastic job. Incredible drummer. Really, really solid production. Excellent 80s metal record. A huge fan of this one. Next up, we have 1972's Volume 4, which is a fantastic follow-up album to Master of Reality, which we'll get to. But this is a Sabbath classic. It's got a lot of their greatest songs on it. Wheels of Confusion is one of my favourite Sabbath opening tracks. Amazing guitar playing on that tune. Supernaut is one of the greatest Black Sabbath songs as well. Incredible drumming on that track, and loads of really interesting and cool sounds, which is something I really like about this album, is that it does feel like a progression in sound. Though I do prefer Master of Reality, which we'll get to. This is still a fantastic record. It's got changes on it as well, which is a wonderful, wonderful song. Snowblind, again, there's loads of fantastic tracks, and I think Ozzy is at its absolute peak on this album. Classic record. Next up, we have 1970s Paranoid. Now, I think this album, I mean, it doesn't really need much explanation. It's an absolute classic. It's one of the greatest rock albums of all time. Everybody knows it. It's full of iconic riffs. I mean, War Pigs, probably one of the greatest opening tracks of all time. Amazing, amazing song. An epic, epic track. Paranoid, iconic guitar riff. Iron Man. This is an album of riffs. It's one of the riff albums, if you know what I mean by that. There's albums that just have loads of great riffs. Led Zeppelin 2, for example. This album, fantastic playing, really gritty, awesome sound. I think this album is such a huge improvement over the debut, which I think is what's most impressive about it. No, I love the debut. Everyone loves the debut, but I think just in a couple of months later, I think this album came out 9 months after the debut, something like that. It sounds so much better, in my opinion, and the band themselves sounds so much better. Ferris Web Boots, one of the greatest tracks of the 70s, probably. Absolutely amazing album. I mean, Hand of Doom as well, incredible track. Yeah, absolute classic. At number 2, we have Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. Now, a lot of people would probably argue maybe that Paranoid is a more essential record from their discography. This is still one of their most beloved albums, but Paranoid, I feel like a lot of people would maybe even put first, either that or the next record I'm going to talk about, which you could probably guess by now. But Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath is just a personal favourite of mine. I adore the sound of this album. I think it is the band moving forward musically once again. There's loads of awesome keyboard stuff on this album, and there's a massive variance of tracks on this thing. Awesome playing from the entire band, and there's some really, really cool guest performances on this thing, like Rick Wakeman appears on a track. I think it's got a really incredibly tight and solid track listing. It's got all these kind of interesting synths and stuff. It's got some of Tony Iommi's greatest guitar playing ever as well. The songs are really cool and progressive. I absolutely love this album. I think it's amazing. My number one had to be Master of Reality. I think it is probably just maybe potentially the greatest metal album of all time. Incredible, heavy, chugging riffs. This is, to me, the first like proper stoner metal album, and it just sounds absolutely amazing. I love every single song on this thing, and it's such a tight album with amazing production and playing. The bass sounds incredible, the drumming's great. Tony Iommi's guitar riffs are nasty and dirty, insanely cool, and Ozzy's vocals, like I said about Volume 4, he is just at his absolute peak here. He is incredible on these early Sabbath albums. I absolutely love Master Reality. I think everybody who's into Black Sabbath or anybody who's into metal music or rock music knows that this is just an absolutely incredible LP, one of the all-time greats in my personal opinion. In terms of standout tracks on this thing, I mean, you got Sweet Leaf, After Forever, Children of the Grave, which is an incredible metal song, Lord of this World, which is one of my absolute favourite Black Sabbath songs of all time, Solitude, which is a really, really beautiful song, and then, of course, it ends with Into the Void, which is one of the coolest, like, most ominous guitar riffs you'll ever hear. Incredible, incredible song. The sound of this album is out of this world. Amazing, amazing record. So that is my favourite Black Sabbath album. Everybody who was at that gig tonight, I hope you have the time of your lives, because it looks like an amazing show. I mean, it's nearly finished at the time I'm recording this, but it has looked like an amazing day. But so thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.